Hi, I'm Jake Redford from EE at European Communications Seminar. Today I'm going to be talking about the TV market changes and the product strategy that EE are bringing in. Good morning everyone. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about EE TV and what we're doing in the market and why we're doing it, what the product strategy is. So if I can get the machine to work. There we go. So, TV is shifting gears. Those of you who have been listening this morning probably got that already, haven't you? Probably understood that, so you don't need me to tell you too much about this. But what I will do is I'll tell you the changes that we see that we feel give us an opportunity to move into this space. Okay, so there's three elements of the change in the TV market that we're concentrating on for EE/TV. The audiences, how people are using content, how people are consuming content. Business models are changing. Companies that provide TV are changing and are new in some cases. And the technology, the distribution that moves TV around. We've heard a lot already about IP. And also the devices, that's one very particular element for us, the devices on which people are going to consume this content. So looking at businesses, the value chain's changing. You know, you used to make programs, you'd sell them to a channel, they'd put them over their distribution system to a box in the corner of the living room, which people would consume it on. That's not the case anymore. Plenty of companies are taking several, possibly 3 or even 4 places here in a complex value chain. So program aggregators such as Netflix are also producing content. They've got their own original programming. I saw yesterday Amazon starting their new Top Gear filming, so they're getting involved in content as well. Customers have more choices. That's inescapable. If you're from a traditional TV background, you know, good Lord, how long's YouTube been going? You know, customers have more choices. We have to face up to that and we have to accommodate their demands. What audiences are doing with TV is changing dramatically. The devices, again, are a particular thing. People are watching TV on tablets and mobiles. I mean, if you look at 96 million programs in 1 month on mobiles and tablets, just over iPlayer alone in August. That's a huge change. Technology, that's changing dramatically as well. Fast broadband networks are allowing the distribution of TV. Smartphones and tablets, again, high penetration. You know, 51% of the UK population will use a tablet regularly this year. Half of the whole population of this country. 40% of them will access TV via the internet. That's a big change. And here's some of the changes we see. Now, Paolo was quite interesting this morning because he was talking about the fact that we can't yet see figures in the UK market. And certainly cable operators are very reluctant to release figures that might show cord cutting happening or their customer base is decreasing. But the top chart there shows the number of households in the US that take broadcast only, so free-to-air TV, that aren't subscribing to cable or satellite. And there's a clear trend there in the last couple of years that those numbers are increasing. And if we look at what the operators in the US are offering, you know, the thing that amazes me there is Cablevision. They're a cable TV company. That's what they do. They're offering a package which gives you a broadband connection and a free-to-air antenna. No cable TV, no content. I think that's quite a remarkable product when I've looked at that, the fact that they're not doing it. And in fact, what they're offering as an upsell to that isn't their own package, but it's access to Netflix and HBO, their OTT services. So this cable company are offering free-to-air telly, a set-top box, a broadband connection, and if you want it, over-the-top subscriptions. So this is why we think at EE that the time is right for EE TV. So what is EE TV? Well, Kevin's got it there in his hands. It's a set-top box. It's a set-top box that takes over-the-air television, Freeview in the UK, plus allows access to OTT services as well. And we think that it was interesting what Stefan said about content and having to have exclusive content and whether that's the right or the wrong thing to do. We think that if we give people a good feature set, allied with access to as much content as possible, so for over-the-top providers, we act merely as a distribution platform, then that's a great thing for customers to have. So, what are we doing with EETV? What we're trying to do is looking back at what I just talked about in the market, network, devices, the actual service providers, to try and bundle all of those things up to give something which audiences want and audiences can use from a TV service. So a big deal for us, and I've said it before, is devices. We're seen as a mobile company, so we have to make a service where you can watch your TV on a mobile or a tablet. And we think that we're the first service that works seamlessly across screens. You can watch it on your TV set using the set-top box. You can watch it on your mobile phone using the set-top box, or you can watch it on your tablet using the set-top box. We provide the access to all of the Freeview channels, 24-hour recording on multiple channels, and also the flexibility to have these OTT services. Last slide was talking about a pay-light segment. Some customers don't want a long-term or an expensive TV contract. Some customers would rather have a short-term Now TV, Netflix contract to get premium content. The other neat twist in this is that we also allow tablets and phones to be used as a remote control for your TV box. So very quickly rattling through some of the functionality. First thing is multi-screen. So you can watch on your mobile, your tablet, you can watch 4 different live channels in the same household simultaneously. You can watch recorded TV on one, live TV on another, replay TV on another. Touch control, so you can use your mobile or your tablet as a remote control for your TV. Standard pause, rewind, record, PVR functionality. The box has a terabyte hard drive, so it's got plenty space for everyone in the household. We offer catch-up and on-demand services. We see ourselves as a platform for distribution for these kind of services. I think we've got about 30, 35 on-demand apps at the moment. We're constantly working to bring more on. There is an interesting sort of trade-off here that we're going to find eventually, which is the UI, the experience, versus the number of these services that you can host. And come back next year and ask me how that goes. At the moment, we're looking at how we can provision a long tail of on-demand content. So we've already launched a couple of foreign language services in the UK, wondering how a Brazilian TV, Caribbean TV, Bollywood services will do in niche markets in the UK. And then an interesting product challenge there is how we can ensure that customers can see all of the services available and select the one that's right for them. Flick and Fetch are neat little features that we've built into our service. What this allows you to do is effectively move content around screens seamlessly. So you can be watching something on your tablet, one touch on the tablet screen, it'll appear on the TV screen. If you watch something on the big screen and you want to take it somewhere else in the house with you, you can do the opposite, which is we call fetch, which is taking that content from the big screen down onto your mobile or your tablet and take that somewhere else in the house to watch. Replay and restart. Interestingly, although restart is quite a big deal in some markets, we found that there wasn't a great deal of customer recognition of restart, and it's quite a hard thing to sell in the UK, just in terms of explaining to a customer what it is. What this means is, firstly, replay. You can set your box to record your 6 favourite channels. So you don't even need to remember to record that show, because the 24 hours, the day's output of that channel will always be available to you to go back and choose the show. Restart, is just a way of being able to come in, switch on, you're halfway through a show, hit a button, you start from the beginning of that show. This is one of the features Restart that customers are now telling us, now they're using it, now they're used to it, is a massive benefit for them. And personalisation. Quite a few of the speakers this morning have talked about personalisation. And this is quite a big deal for us because of the fact we're on mobile devices as well as the TV. We allow you to favourite channels, favourite programmes, have a view of only the recordings that you have made. So again, this helps to sort of get through that UX challenge of so much stuff, so much content, so many programmes. So you can actually then just look at the stuff that you're interested in. So Paolo was talking earlier on this morning about, he wants to see something in his living room, which, he walks in, he just sees what he likes. Another family member walks in, they can then call up their favourite stuff. So, what's happening? How are customers reacting? Are they watching? Yes, they are. And one thing that we found really interesting is the way that the over-the-top services are being very, very heavily used on EETV. And we firmly believe that's just because the UI of the service gives those over-the-top services equal billing with live TV on a TV set-top box user interface. So we've already had, and we only hard launched February this year, we soft launched November last year, more than 6 million hours of recordings have been watched on the platform by our customers since launch. Each week now, more than 250,000 of hours of over-the-top TV is watched on this platform. And one thing to say here is, and I can't name names or give specifics, but one of the OTT services we host on the platform, we're now their biggest traffic driver. And they're on Samsung, they're on Sony, they're on other massive smart TV platforms. But because the OTT on EE has equal billing with live TV recordings, we're driving huge traffic through those services. So 65% of our customer base use these services every month. So again, it's a big deal for us, the OTT side of it. And 138,000 items every day are being watched from replay and recordings. Again, that's something that our customers tell us they like. So although it's a very early stage yet, and we are still learning by looking at what customers do, we do believe that this marriage of the free-to-air TV services with some free and some pay OTT services is something that we're getting a bigger and bigger customer segment who want this and want this service. And just to sign out, if I can find him. I think my last slide seems to have disappeared somewhere, so I'll leave it at that. So, there we go. Thank you very much, and if you've got any questions, I'll be here for the Q&A later.